Welcome back. Of course, it's the Daybreak Africa. If you're just joining us, I am Michael Obagiri. Today we'll be talking about a very sensitive issue that is affecting the nation as a whole, and especially we'll be concentrating on the Plateau state, talking about the insecurity in Plateau. Nigeria state faces multiple security threats, and we have a guest in the studio to do justice to this wonderful topic before us. I'll be doing a lot of dissecting and bisecting into the topic. They are a public affairs analyst, a person that has been always there for us to do a very good justice to our topics, the person of Gbenga, Ajisafe. A very good morning to you.
Good morning,
Good
Michael.
morning. Thank you for joining
Good morning,
us.
Angela.
This morning.
The pleasure of being here.
It's always
Well, it is sad to say that Nigeria has come to a stage where it seems insecurity has taken over the nation, considering the fact that Plateau State has been having recurring crises ever since the last one that happened in Christmas Eve. We've seen crises reoccurring, in as much as definitely they had crises over the years. I think a few years back, 2019 thereabout. But yet again, now it is becoming more threatening, where lives are being lost and properties are being destroyed. Nobody feels safe any longer. They don't know how to even close their eyes to sleep. So what's your take on the current situation of Plateau State?
I think Plateau State is in a place whereby the Muslims is lesser than the Christians. So, and the Muslims is a place that they are targeting now. If you see the Ajis wars, their handwritings, the Boko Haram, their slogans, their ideas, their motivations is towards wiping out a certain people. Which are the certain people? They are the Christians. These are their targets, and they have marked those areas that they want to achieve those goals, and that is part of what is happening in Plateau State. Plateau State is a place whereby the Christians are also coming up. They are also in those local governments we are talking about are majorly Christian dominate areas where Christian dominate more. And you can see the eve of the Christmas, the attack, because it was targeting the Christians alone, and that is genocide. It's not we Nigerians, we are not going to take it lightly if the federal government is not taking drastic action towards that, because you cannot wipe out certain religions because you want to achieve your aims. That one will not be taken from no place. I think this is the time the Nigerian government should sit right and tell the Nigerian armies to fight these terrorists once and for all. I think this thing can be achieved if we all us on decks. I think these people are not hiding outside Nigeria. They are here, they are living with us, and we can always smash them by arms.
Well, you've made it clear that it looks like a religious crisis, which actually has been predicted due to the evidence gotten from the entire scenario. However, recently, just when the governor of the state gave a 24-hour lockdown for the state in order for people to stay safe, hoping that the government is already taking charge, we see another crisis erupting from that. Do you think at this point insecurity is overweighing the government? The government can no longer handle the issues of security properly?
I think the government is not seeing security as the #1 priority of this new administration. I think that is just their fault. I think they have to sit down and say, look, what is our first priority? As a government, the first priority is to protect the people. That is the first thing, because we always say this, that people are putting down their arms because they felt you are the government. That's why people put their arms. That's why they surrender their sovereignty to the government. So the first thing a sensitive government should do is to protect its citizens anywhere in the world, because forget business, forget any other thing. That is the first priority they are giving to you. The moment you fail to do that, you create anarchy. And when anarchy comes in, people will not respect government. People will not see as government existing. People will not feel there's somebody called government. So the government should take security as a first priority. Anything they are talking today should be on security. How we have a peaceful environment whereby people can go about moving without no fear at all. That is the first thing the government should achieve. If the government can achieve that, things will thrive. So the moment we have IDP camps everywhere in the north, every part of the north, we having IDP camp, people. The money government is spending on IDP camp is enough to equip our people to fight terrorism. That's why we say we are not sincere. The US government is just telling us how it's going to be giving West Africa some money, billions of dollars. Yeah, the other day that is going to be spending on. These are places that we can. I've been saying it that we have access for grant for fight insecurity in Nigerians. We have access for gathering intelligence to fight motivation. How do you unpick their campaign? What is their aims? What are they trying to achieve? All this in a pocket of things that we can always gather and see how we can find a lasting solution to it. If not, the Boko Haram we are seeing in Plateau State, the Esma we are seeing in Plateau State or Niger State, we are seeing them in Abuja. They are still coming to the federal capital to come and attack them. So the best is for them to fight them now, to stand still. So they can do it. We have enough manpower to do that. We have enough resources to gather and fight these people. It's not as if they can fight more than us. But are we sincere in fighting these people? If you are sincere, good. We can fight them.
Okay. You made mention of a vital point that interests me earlier. You said the attack is majorly, especially in Plateau State, the attack is majorly on the Christians. And you also made mention that they are fighting for a goal, a purpose. Now, my first question is, what do you think these goals, this purpose they're fighting for? You have to tell us, because I need clarity there. Then secondly, if you look at it, Nigeria is a very beautiful country. We have over 300 ethnic groups and over 120 different languages. These are statistics that are supposed to be a good one for us. It's supposed to help us economically and also help us culture-wise, tourism and the rest. But reverses the case on this situation. We have insecurity issues every time. It's becoming a thing of a daily situation as at this moment. Attack on the Federal Capital Territory, as you said, the seat of power of the nation, is being attacked on a regular basis. Now, at this moment, do you think these attacks are politically driven?
Thank you, Michael. I want to tell you this, that we have to start from the roots. Is it targeted Christians? Yes. These S-men, Boko Haram, all pocket of terrorist acts they are doing is towards one ethnic group, towards one religion group, which is Christians. So that we must take note. We must not go and say, oh, they are just fighting the Muslim. No, their major target is the Christians. So that is number one. Second is it
politically driven?
Politically driven. Yeah, it could be politically driven because politics is always at the center of everything they are doing. Politics is always at the center. There are some set of people that they want power. They don't see themselves coming in directly, so they want to weaken the other people. Because when you say is it not political driven, yes, those set of people that are being killed, they are about 15,000 in Plateau State alone that have been killed. Majority of these people are Christians, beheaded. A pastor will be beheaded in Plateau State, same Plateau State. The reason is that first is to push these people away from that state, scare them, their livelihood. You took over their farms. About 20-something communities are being ransacked by these S-men. Those communities cannot do business. They cannot go to farms. The women, the children cannot go to schools. So what do you think they are doing? They are putting fear into them. The spirit of fear is into them. And the moment they are doing that, they push them out of their community. They move out. They went to the IDP camp. So from there, you have less people to vote for their people. Majorly because those people want to vote Christian into powers. And those people don't want, the other people don't want them to vote Christian. So they came around to come and break those people down. So the moment they break them down, they will not have much votes to vote in that particular local government, especially in the northern part of the Plateau State. So these are areas that we say political interest, political graduates are part of it. So the central intelligence should be able to gather information. Because these people, these ideas, we have been saying it time without number, that it started from a particular set of people. The levels of how managed they can gather intelligence, the better it is for us to eradicate terrorism in Nigeria.
Now, sorry, Angela, you said something that is very sensitive. You said they are trying, the terrorists, the people attacking, which we also believe that there are some political gladiators driving this from behind. You said they are trying to suppress the Christians. Also, you refer to voting power, that they want lesser Christians. This that you said is very sensitive. Do you have anything to back that up?
Michael, there is the fact is still remain that Plateau State is a place that is a lobby place. The capital just they are just there. It's a place that you find Christians moving around, living life the way God has given them that beautiful environment to live. So having fact is that S-men are all Muslims. So we don't have any Christians among them that are doing that. When you say S-men, you say Boko Harams. All these people are majorly Muslim, and the idea, their fundamental ideas is to establish an Islamic law.
Which is?
Yeah?
Which is?
That is it, that to establish an Islamic state, Islamic law. That is, you must follow Islamic ways of life. And you know, we are saying that Plateau State majority are Christians, and these people cannot just be changed. So what they can do is to drive them out, is to kill them, and that's why you've seen a lot of people being killed in that part of the country. So it's not far-fetched that these people, their target is to eradicate that set of people.
All right. You earlier mentioned that this actually is politically inclined after your analysis. Although, if these people who are, let's say, behind these attacks happen to be politicians, and these politicians are also responsible for keeping the citizens safe, how are we going to come to a point where insecurity will be handled?
One thing you have to interest matter most in politics. People felt, what is my interest? And people can achieve power with all means. That's why I want to use this medium also to thank the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for deeming it fit to stand and do not play politics with what just happened in the Supreme Court. I see the dramas that people want to push the president to do otherwise. I think that is one thing I really applaud the president for standing up and say, look, let the will of the people be done. Don't just push them because of the power. I think that will have brought a lot of problems into these countries, and the president have saw it and he said, no, we cannot be having it. Let the will of the people be dominant in whatever decisions you want to take, because the people are the one we want to govern. So there are some set of politicians, they do not see that also in that direction. They want to take power by all means. So they will be using all these means of gathering people, brainwashing them, telling them that, look, these people, this place is your land. You can push these people away. You can force them to leave. Take this AK-47 and go and attack them. Go and push, because these people are not asking for ransom. They are not demanding anything. That is how you're able to sense things. That is why when we say genocide, there's killing children, women, killing them on purpose.
Okay, now I'm going to read out something. There were a series of conflicts which is related to ethnic crisis in the past, such as Igbo-Hausa crisis in Kano, and the Hausa-Yoruba crisis in Lagos and Ogun State, the Birom and Hausa in Plateau states, among others. All this happened also compared with the Civil War in 1967 to 1970, and many more. This whole situation happened over 30 to 40 years back Now we are still seeing this whole thing reoccurring over the years. Most of our people at the top, the government officials, they come out and they let you know that, okay, we are trying to combat insecurity. It has been identified. So many times curfews have been declared, or state of emergency have been declared on insecurity. Now, my question is this: for the past 40 years, something that has been a menace in the society, that has been a problem for the growth of the country, be it economic-wise, be it infrastructure-wise, every aspect, every sphere of development, this has retarded Nigeria as a nation. Why is it so hard that it cannot be curbed or reduced to the barest minimum to this date?
Why is it so hard that it cannot be reduced or be cut to the barest minimum? Is there because we having a series of interests, clash of interests. You say something about the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Hausas. There may be crisis, but this is not. Those crises is not far-fetched from becoming brothers and sisters as we have been living since 1919 amalgamation in 1960. 1960. But we have our tribes, we have our religions. We have been living like this since 1960s as one nation. But the first thing is that this particular scenario started in 2001. Boko Haram's, their aims, objective is to Islamize Nigeria. That is their goal. Islamize in Nigerians means that anything that stands in their way should be removed. That is their goal. So that's why we always emphasize on what, if any area, and because what happened in the north, what is happening in the Plateau state today is because they have looked elsewhere. The moment they say, okay, this is our good now, and we are not pursuing, before they may be looking for money. When they say ransom, they will divert your attention.
I think I'm going to call to you here. Sorry for that. You said Islamizing Nigeria. I want to understand, Islam as a religion is a very peaceful religion. So I want to understand the fact that if Islamizing Nigeria, we have to make you kill people, massacre women and children. I want to understand that part of what you're saying at this point. Islamizing Nigeria, fine, it might not be welcome because we have clash of interest, people with different religion, different culture. We understand that one. But if you are putting this on Islam as a religion, do you have anything that says in the scripture of Islam that you have to kill people for you to be able to put your grip on something or try to put down what you feel like is right?
That's why we say they are being brainwashed. These are a set of people that they want to give Islam a bad name. They effect they want to achieve a goal that is unrealistic. You cannot force people to attend to a particular religion. There's nowhere in the world. We have free agency. People can choose either to serve God or not to serve God. Your own is to preach the word of God to people, and the people will accept it. So you show them love through your preaching, through your religion. Show them love, show them kindness. As you are showing them, they are going to be convinced or converted to your religion. I think that is how religion is being played. But we have people that are brainwashed. They are being given them all this outside what Islamic is all about. And that's why you see some Islam scholars strongly against this practice. You see some religious leaders, even in the north, in the core north, as agitating that this is not Islamic ways of life. And those are a set of people that these same X-Men go and attack and kill. So, because they felt those people are not supporting them also in their cause to achieve this. And these are areas that we will not say Islam is a barrier. No, these people are just, they are a pocket of set that felt they want to achieve on realistic good. That is what their aims to achieve. And but inshallah, this will not come to pass.
Amen. However, this crisis happened to be one significant one that one cannot really take one's eyes off. However, many Nigerians have cried out and asked why this does not look like it's taken seriously by the federal government, especially the fact that people are killed on daily basis, kidnapped on daily basis. Insecurity is the height of everything at this moment, where people are even scared to travel or even move from your house somewhere else. In fact, it has gotten to a point where you are not even safe inside your house because they come to your house and even attack you. So why is this not getting a global response? Why is it not getting a global cry or response to the citizens as they believe it should be?
It's getting global response. I think that is the first thing that the media should do. I think that is what you have been doing now, because the media is the voice of the people. People cannot be heard if the media is not saying all this out. It's not taking it. We have journalism covered all these areas. We should be seeing more of this in our social medias. We should be seeing more of this in our environment, so that people will know how people are being forced or facing pain in this country. I think these are the first things that the media should wake up and do, because they also are part of the systems. They have to cry out. They have to show what is really happening in Nigerians to the world. And we have people that can assist us. We always have people that are ready to assist us. The government is also trying, but they are trying is not proactive enough. They have to move from 90 to 100% degree. They have to change their gears and see how they can tackle this thing once and for all. I think the government should do more in areas of gathering intelligence and fighting these terrorists once and for all. I think they have to gather more intelligence so that they can see their aims and know how to tackle them before they strike. That is one thing I want the military, the SSS to gather intelligence and attack, be proactive in their deal, so that these people we attack them before they attack.
If you talk about garnering intelligence, these have to be approved by certain officials as well. So why are we not seeing that being approved? Why is it that this intelligence is not available to Nigerians, or we cannot afford it? These are the questions that we're asking. And when it comes down to the government's response, we have this government, when coming on board, according to their manifesto, saying that they were going to tackle insecurity to the barest minimum. However, since they came in, I think basically they've been facing economic issues. But yet again, on another side stands insecurity, which plays a huge role on the outcome of the economy itself in Nigeria. So why are we not seeing the government moving swiftly towards attending to the issue of insecurity?
I think the government is working towards insecurity in Nigerians. But one thing about Nigerian security architectural is that there are a lot of nepotisms. That is the problem since 1960s. We have different religions, and people try to cover their peoples, their tribes. So when you give a chief of defense staff some assignment and you are going to affect my people, we see it as if it's not something you want to do immediately. Or you give somebody assignment and you think he will be proactive in it, and he will not be doing that. And these are areas that Nigerians is not happy with. Nigeria should be a nation state. Everybody should see himself as the first burners of this country. What is affecting Mr. A is affecting everybody. The moment we see that and say, no, you cannot kill women and children in Plateau State for no reason, we don't tolerate that. That is the hallmark of every security agency in Nigeria. We never, even if it is your people, if your states, if your ethnic group, tell them frankly that you will not tolerate that. The moment we start doing that, we will have enough places to gather intelligence and strike. But we have people that are from that place, you call them, they will be telling because of their interests. So they want to cover up for them. The moment they are doing that, it will not help the security to gather intelligence and strive or strike.
Now, you said something that the government, they are trying, they are doing their best. But I want to not believe that.
Okay.
Because it is said that they say once bitten, twice shy.
Shy.
Now, this is not the situation of once bitten, twice shy. It has been multiple bitten, and we are not being shy. We've not understood anything. You are a government, you are in government, you are in power. If an administration is not going well, people will not ask you how far or what have you been doing, or they will not ask you, did you do well? They'll just want to see you do well. Now, ethnicity, whatever it is, we want to understand that it's your people, you are fighting amongst yourself for some beliefs, whatever it is that you see as your interest, that's what you're fighting for. But it is giving the nation as a whole a bad image.
Yes.
Now, as at this moment, if you check the rating of insecurity, Nigeria is top on the list. Now, I want to believe a government that believes and wants to fight for the lives and property of their citizens. We've seen the fight between Israel and Hamas. Just one strike and they are returning back because they don't feel you can touch my citizen. Now, this is a situation of citizen killing citizen. You made mention of the Boko Harams. These are people that we don't even know them. We only know them by name. The Fulani herdsmen, as you said, we don't know them by face. We only know them by name. These are security threatening people. They are killing the lives and property of the nation. They are making business very difficult for every individual. And for the past 40 years, we've been having situation of these coming and coming over times. Insecurity have been there for how long? Let me say for ages. It has not been tackled. So at this point, do you feel the government is deliberate about this? That is one. Secondly, before we started, Angela was asking me if there was going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. At this point, I said myself that there is no tunnel, not talk of a light at this point. So right now at Nigeria, we are having these reoccurring issues. Why are we having these reoccurring issues? Especially when we know that, okay, politics is there, religion is there, and all this idea. These are the factors that are supposed to make things work in the country, but they are going against us as a person, as citizens, as a nation. Why are they all happening? And we can't do anything to them. We can't do anything to it for the past 40 years.
Yes, you say something that is a open things for Nigerians to understand this. That some people will say the best thing is for Nigeria to break, that everybody should stay on his own path. That's because when you have a lot of problems and you are looking as if I'm not safe with you. You are not my brothers, you are not my sisters. People felt okay. It's better we stay apart. I think that's why you see the IPOB, you see the Arewas, and you see the Oduduwas. People call them what's their name again? The Egbe Oduduwa, Gani Adams fashions of this. So these are peoples that felt they want to protect their own peoples, their own interests, their own ethnic groups. And that is why Nigeria is not a nation state. That's why we have ethnic problems there and here. But the first thing means that as a country, which we are today, if we intend to stop all these things, we can do it. It's achievable. It's achievable because we have the might. What we need is the zeal. We need the leaders who have the zeal to stop all this madness. I call them madness because I don't see why people will feel they own a particular part of the country. It's not done anywhere. When you reside there and you saw some histories that are back, people that have been there for past 150 years, it shows that these people are part of you. So you don't force these people out of that community. And these are problems that we have there in the north. So people who are trying to force people out or segregate some set of people, which is not welcome. So can we stop this? Yeah, we can. We can. If you are sincere, we have the will to stop this. We can do that. And all hands must be on deck. I said earlier on that if you are bringing any party to this team, tell them that look, leave this your ethnic groups and come to the will of sincerity? Do you want Nigeria to move forward? Say yes, come to the table. If you don't want Nigeria, remove those people that they are too tribal in their nature, in their thinking, in their views. They are too tribal. And if anybody that can do it, bring anybody that can do it, bring it on board and let it solve this problem for us once and for all. These are people we are looking up to. And the leaders in the Nigerian government are doing their best. Yes, they are doing. But we have a lot of interest. As I said, Muhammad Buhari, other Muhammad Buhari regimes, we have a lot of S-men thriving. Today, there's another Startimes is there. He's trying to curb all these people. And you know, it's not easy for him just to curb them. They have a lot of arms already in circulation. So they are going to gather intelligence so that they can break these people out of their hiding places. So we are going to give them time, but that time we don't have because life is going down every day. So the security must put on their thinking cap and think outside the box. How do we tackle this thing fast so that this thing will not get out of hand?
Well, earlier on you were talking about the issue of interest playing out when it comes to accountability and how they tend to want to cover their own persons, and then as a result we tend to see all this kind of crisis coming up here and there. However, what do you think of the state of monitoring and accountability in Nigeria? Because if we have a proper monitoring and proper accountability, some of these situations will be avoided totally. So when it comes to the issue of monitoring and accountability, do you think that we can actually step up this section of the nation?
Yes, we have to. What you said is good, Angela. It's a matter of sincere purpose. Sincere purpose in the sense that we should be able to monitor what is going on in the situation. How is it been? How has it been? Reports should be coming up not on a daily basis. Should be coming up between 12 hours. Okay. Because we have a report that some set of people were killed the same day the curfew was imposed. Yeah. That day, between 12 hours, another attack came up. About 30 people were killed. It shows that between the hours, these people are still working and attacking. So reports should be coming up on even if you can call it on an hour basis, so that people will know what is the latest thing that is happening in that surrounding, in that area. So I think our security should do more in the areas of monitoring people who come in, especially all our borders. All our borders should be checks, vehicles. These people move arms and they are passed through our borders. So the border should be checked. The security started from the borders. The border should be checked. People who come into this country, how are we able to defend our territory? I think that is the hallmark of military. Defend the territory of Nigeria. So how do you cover the landmark of this country? All the borders, all those areas that people are coming in through this country. How do we monitor people who are coming in and who are going out of this country? The moment we be able to seize, mop up these arms, because these people are everywhere, Nigerians, and they are coming in, they are bringing arms into this country. So these are areas that the security architecture should map up every area that arms is coming. It's coming through sea, it's coming through road. So these are borders that the security should be able to have their mind on it. And that's why I say intelligent. Put people that can monitor the customs, the immigrations in their midst. You have to have secret agency who are not employed directly to the systems of government. These people must work undercover to checkmate the customs, the immigrations, the navies, the armies, the police. These are areas that the security can gather intelligence, because people are being bribed on daily basis. People are being collecting ransom on daily basis. This money go round back into the system, back to the security. Bad eggs in the security. There are some bad eggs that collected money back from all this. They make money from all these things. So we should have people who are outside, who are being paid outside the security architecturals that we have in. So these are areas that they can gather intelligence and give report back to their senior officers that this is what is happening here. These people are working in this direction. So the Oga will now know how to attack those people, because these people, they cannot be doing all this without having insider in this security architecture. So we should check ourselves and check the security architecture so that they're able to check all this and monitor the situation.
All right. I'm still going to visit what you said earlier. You said some people are agitating for a separation, that everybody should just go their separate way because you feel like you are not safe with one person talking about the Odudua, the Arewa, and the IPOB. Now, there have never been a roundtable discourse to even know what these people really want. We are just hearing a lot of rumors of, okay, these are this. Now, I want to know, if you are, do you subscribe to such idea? And also, do you think these ideas from these different groups, these different ethnic groups, do you think is security driven? Is it security driven? Because of course we know that each of those ethnic groups, those places that they are located, there are a lot of mineral resources that are situated in those different geopolitical zones and those places. Do you think it's just solely security driven?
Is it security driven? Yes, it's security driven. I felt those people that's agitating. We have the Ijo, the Alaji Asari Dokubo, agitating for the Ijaws nation. Is it Alaji now? Gani Adams. I don't know. He's a pastor. He's agitating for Yoruba nation. Sunday Igboho is agitating for Yoruba nation. IPOP in Nnamdi Kanu is agitating for Igbo as a nation. Arewa as a group are also fighting. They are not agitating for a nation, but they are agitating for the well-being of their people. So how do we now solve this problem? We have CONFA under Jonathan. We have a roundtable where issues like this were discussed. Millions were invested in that report. And that's why it pained most of us as analysts to see that Nigerians are not learning from histories, because histories will always repeated himself. The confab were made, resolutions were reached, millions were spent on this confab just to convert peoples of different interests of ethnic group. Professors, we have been called on, experts from all various areas of discipline you can mention have been called to put their input into this conference. There was a report on this, and the reports were assigned, given to the president to ascertain, so that they can see a lasting solution to this madness we find ourselves. But since then, there's nothing. The Buhari regime, Jonathan could not able to continue his tenure. Buhari came in, the CONFA report, we are not touched. We are just left. This present government, nobody has asked him to go and check the CONFA, which they are part of, which Baba or Akonde, we are part of. So Tinubu cannot say it. President Tinubu cannot say he's not part of, he's not aware of the confab that was taken under Jonathan, and their interest is part of what has been deliberated on that confab. So we check areas that we felt can be implemented. If 100% you cannot implement what is inside that, there are some areas, there are some key areas, there are some areas that have been deliberated on. Some issues where people have contributed in mass in that areas. Check their report and see what things that you can do. It will solve all these problems that we are talking about, because then people come out with their open-minded and say the areas which they are fair marginalizations. So I will talk about the Ijaws We thought before Obasanjo came on board in 1999, the non-nations we have been agitating for their oil-rich controlled areas, that they want more percentage in that area. That's why Alhaji Sadiq Dokubo came up. As Sadiq Dokubo came up, it's not him alone, Tompolo, all these people are fighting for the same resource controls. And so what is it these people are fighting for? So if particular age is saying, look, we want this, how do we give them this? How do we solve this? These are areas of when the former president Obasanjo was saying carrot and sticks. We're using that word. Say carrot and sticks. In military terms, you know, he was telling them that you can stick them. That is, you tell them that you have the might. You don't understand. You have the might to crush them. Just like what is happening in Odi. You can crush these people. Tell them that you have the might to kill all of them. But give them the carrot to tell them that I'm inviting you because you are part of us. You are part of the countries. We don't want to kill you. But we have the might to kill you. Show them that you have the might. The moment the government be able to show them and tell them that we are giving them, that's why when the former president, the ex-president, the one that late, Yaradua, you know, he came up with amnesty, and that's the first thing people say, so there's something called amnesty. Give to the South, and the same amnesty was extended to some set of the Boko Haram set. The same amnesty. So it's called carrot. You show them the stick, and you show them the carrot that you can invite them and eat from the carrot. So we are all a nation. We don't need to fight each other, but we have the might to crush you. That's the stick. We have the might to kill you if you refuse to dance to our nation, because we are a nation. No individual can carry arms against a nation. It's not done anywhere anymore. So we will not take that from nobody. So no harms should be tolerated, either from S-man or from no matter names you call yourself, no matter whose cause you are fighting for. If you can arrest Igboho, if you can push out Nnamdi Kanu for causing terrorism because you can take any other person. So that is it. So we should not fear or favor people anywhere they come in this country. We should be able to say it the way it is, that this we condemn it outrightly, and that is it.
All right, I think we're out of time, but the last question, just in a minute before you go. I think we've been listening to you carefully, and majorly you have talked about how corruption and also the negligence of the government has played a major role on the aspect of insecurity. However, what is your advice to the government? What do you think they should do right starting from now, so that we don't get to keep receiving news of loss of lives and properties again?
Yes, we should. The first thing the government should do is to see that we talked about the whistleblower the other day. Put more money into securities. Put more money and make sure that intelligence gathering is the front line of your security. It's not that we don't want to kill our people. We don't want to, but see the areas that you can attach stops landing, which is carrot, to invite these people and negotiate with them. If there is the need for we to have a round table, yes, it's a welcome idea. But the first thing means that corruption should be left out of it. It should be zero corrupt area. When we are putting money into security, let the money go directly to security. Nobody should channel the money outside security like the one we have before now. So we don't want that. We want the millions and billions that will coming into security to be funded and straight to security outfit, so that the armies can be paid. We all hear that some armies are being paid 50,000. It's not encouraging. So the salaries should be increased. The welfare of the military should be taken care of at all priorities, so that people can fight for their nations. People can stand up and fight. That will only eradicate corruption. If you don't feed them well, there will always be problems like this. You should have to feed them well. Take care of their family. Take care of their futures. Secure them with insurance policies that is well packaged, and these people will fight for us.
Thank you so much. I think your words are really holding waters, and I hope that the government do adhere to these things that you have already put out for them. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Daybreak Africa.
Thank you for having me.
On the program.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Angela, for having me.
Well, to our audience, thank you as well for always tuning in to Daybreak Africa, and this is what we'll be handing over to our Lagos stations. My advice to you is that you stay safe out there and be very cautious, be very watchful as well. Please observe your surrounding in order to know how to go about things and your activities. However, this is where we'll be leaving you from our studio here in Ondo City. Till I meet you again, I am Angela Daku.
And as I always say, stay blessed and productive. And at this point, whatever it is you're doing, be security conscious. When you see or hear something, please say something. And also, try to exit the place, be safe first, and make sure you do what is right as Nigerians. I remain Michael Obagiri.